The Penguins have re-signed Jeff Carter to a 2-year deal, $3.1 million per season starting next season. And I did not expect Jeff Carter to get signed first. I didn't expect him to get signed at all, to be honest. I thought the Penguins were going to let him walk at the end of free agency, right? There's a lot more bigger fish. Malkin, Letang, Rust, just to name a few. So it looks like the Penguins just got rid of the smaller one out of the way. Jeff Carter is locked up, so now they can just focus on their bigger fish. So first, I want to talk about the contract and why I actually love the idea by Ron Hextall. So obviously, I'm sure everyone here agrees they would have loved a 1-year deal, but I'm sure a 1-year deal would have been a bit more expensive. I'm thinking $5 million, $4 million, the cheapest for a 1-year deal. Instead, the Penguins got that 2nd year in to bring down the AAV. So instead of the Penguins getting the 1 year but having to overpay on the price, they actually overpaid in the years by giving him an extra year, right? He is 37. You want to save as much money as you can for this summer. And if that means offering a bit more term to these guys than you would like to, then go for it. I'm all for giving extra term to get the price down at this point of where the Penguins are at. Obviously, the big question is, does Jeff Carter slow down, right? He's already 37. He's most likely going to slow down. But for me, he hasn't slowed down yet. So that $3.1 million per season, I think is going to be a steal for next year. I don't think he's just going to, over 1 year, completely hit rock bottom. I think next year, he'll still be a very good third-line center. Maybe his production won't be as good as it is now, but he'll still be worth the price, and especially what he brings outside of that, right? The veteranship, the experience. So I definitely think that contract next year is going to look really good. Worst case, it doesn't look so good in 2 years. And in 2 years from now, maybe the window is closed. Maybe the Penguins aren't where you think they are. Right? A lot can happen. So I don't really care what happens in 2 years. If that's a bad contract, and if it is, it's going to be for that remaining season. It doesn't matter. I'm looking for this year and next year because it seems like maybe they have a chance to do something here. And obviously a 38-year-old Jeff Carter, which he'll be next year, I think is a way better third-line center than what you can find in free agency or what they have in the system. I mean, the guy's on pace over an 82-game season for 27 goals, 60 points this year. Let's say he takes a bit of a dip next year and he goes to still around the 20-goal mark, even 15 goals and 40 points. That's still a solid third-line center and making just over $3 million. Whatever. I think, how bad can the contract be? Like, how bad does he have to be where you're looking at that contract and you're like, oh my, we got to get rid of it? Because by then it'll be 1 year left. It'll be at the end of the deal. So he's not performing to his expectation. Worst case scenario, you just find a team that's rebuilding. You're like, here, take this Jeff Carter contract. It's ending at the summer. Just, take an extra pick to get rid of it if it's that bad. Your only concern is that 2nd year. And even then, he may be good for it. And if not, giving him that 2nd year allows you to save a bunch of money for that 1st year that you got him to. Overall, what this contract tells me is that Ron Hextall and the new ownership of this team is not looking to rebuild. They're not looking to get rid of the older guy. They want to go all in still, and I love that. Now, that's all the good. I want to get into a lot of people's concerns and questions about this, and the main one is who's going to leave, right? Like, do the Penguins have all the cap to sign everybody? It is going to be a bit tricky, but if you're worrying about Malkin or Letang, don't. Those guys are locked. It's up to them. If they don't want to come back, they're not coming back. If they want to come back, money won't be an issue. The Penguins will have money for those two guys. Your concern is Bryan Rust. That's going to be a bit tough, but you want to know my opinion on that? If they sign Carter or not, I have a strong feeling that we won't be seeing Bryan Rust as a Penguin next year. If I'm Bryan Rust, I'm banking in this offseason. I'm getting paid, right? The guy's on pace for a point per game season. He's been on pace for 30-goal seasons for the last 3 years. He's just been playing phenomenal hockey. He does have the experience, right? 2 cups. Like, if you're going 6 years at like less than $5 million, that's a steal of a deal. Even 7 years, I do, right? To overpay on the term, but try and get the money down. But if I'm Bryan Rust, I think in free agency, you could get term and a high price. I mean, look at the Zach Hyman contract. He's going to get the Zach Hyman, and that's in the $6 million range for 6 years. And what Bryan Rust has done has surpassed Hyman in their careers. Realistically, Bryan Rust can get high 6s over a 6 or 7 year deal. I would love for him to be a Penguin, but maybe as the GM of the Penguins, if you're Ron Hextall, it just doesn't make sense. He's 30. He's had some injury issues. That has bad contract written all over it. So Bryan Rust is going to be a bit tough to sign, but the big fish, Letang and Malkin, I think are going to come back. I think both these guys are going to get 3-4 year deals. And honestly, it's whatever they want. Like, it's one of those negotiations where it's like, what do you guys want? And if it's respectable, you can actually sign it, go for it. Come on, look what these guys have done for you. That's one of those things where they have the leverage. They want something, you give it to them, unless it's crazy. They go in there, they want 10 million. All right, well, let's relax a little bit. And no matter what happens, the cap will be there. They'll have cap. The worst case, you trade a guy like Pettersson, you trade a guy like Jason Zucker, you can trade those guys to free extra cap. In a way, they're telling you that get ready. Chris Letang and Evgeny Malkin extensions are coming. We're not looking to get rid of these guys because if we committed 2 years to a 37-year-old, that makes our team better. We're not going to let franchise players just walk and make our team worse. Because what's the point of re-signing Jeff Carter if you're going to lose an Evgeny Malkin in free agency or a Chris Letang? The team gets so much worse without them. It makes no sense to keep Carter. You want Carter here. It makes your team stronger behind Crosby, Malkin, and Carter as your 3C. That's what a center core. They definitely have to get creative, and they probably will get creative. And honestly, they probably have a plan, right? This is not Jim Rutherford just going as it goes. I think these guys, Brian Burke, Ron Hextall, they've sat down with the ownership, the new ownership, and they definitely have a plan. This is part one of what is probably a pretty big plan, and I think that plan includes Malkin and Letang to be back, and possibly Brian Russ, right? I'm not the GM. I don't know what they're going to do. If they can find something, and make it work, bring all of them back. I really want to hear what you guys have to say because this one was a bit controversial. Not a lot of people liked the contract. They obviously love Jeff Carter, but the contract, they weren't big on. So I'd like to hear what you guys have to say in the comments. I love the contract. I love the direction they're bringing this team in. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.